Yeah, who are you? What do you do?
I play Smash.
Yeah.
My tag's Red. I go by Red. My name's Murphy Gator, and I'm a Smash player for Expansion New Zealand. Yep.
Nice. Okay. So, coming from Smash 4, you made a pretty good transition into Ultimate.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think helped that, getting into Ultimate?
Well, already, like, starting from Smash 4, like, already, sort of knowing how to... Well, now I know how to approach a competitive game more, rather than trying to learn what spacing is, because these are all things that I learned when I started Smash 4. But now that I've learned all this, it was more... I was able to just focus on, like, learning sort of the new stuff, or what the game felt like, which still I actually did have a pretty big transitional phase where I was like, I miss Smash 4, I like ulti, but it feels different and weird. But I think just having this competitive knowledge and also, like, mindset stuff, like, I sort of don't have to reteach myself how to approach a tournament, which was a big thing for me learning as well. So I think just having all of this knowledge already and having all this experience made transitioning to Ultimate just a lot easier for me at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you think you transitioned better than most people, or because you're still at the top spot?
Yeah. I'd say I did then. Yeah. I personally don't think I did, but that's because I've gone from this spot to, well, at least in my opinion, I've gone from this spot to lower.
Yeah.
But that's not because of anyway. I mean, I must have, right? Because I'm still able to, place top 3 in the country. So yeah, I'm guess there were definitely some players in Wellington that struggled a lot, especially with, like, a common thing was if their character was different, or if their character wasn't very good. I know a couple of our guys in Welly were like, oh, my character's not very good, but I don't really want to play someone else, or I don't really have the time to play someone else. So I didn't really have an issue with my character being good and then liking the characters that were good anyway. So maybe that helped into it. I was able to find my characters fairly easily at the start, I guess. So, yeah.
Yep. Okay, and as in Ultimate now, as we talked about, you have played large range of characters already.
Yeah.
Are you still finding a main, or are you looking for something else?
Yeah, I still am. I think the bottom line is I'm still looking for the Fox of this game, for me at least, right? Because in 4 I just wanted to play Fox. He was just my character. In this game, there's a lot of characters I like. There's a lot of characters I do well with, or I could do well with, in my opinion. There's like 5 or 6 characters that if I were to play them for like a month straight, it's like on their own, I'd be able to win tournaments in Wellington and probably do well in national events as well. But I'm a solo main. Like, I want to just play one character, but this almost looks like the game where playing multiple characters is a good thing, potentially. Yeah. Just because there's so many matchups, and that having a secondary to cover maybe like a few matchups just makes things a bit easier. But yeah, I'm still looking for the one in this game, I think, for me. But until then, I'm just gonna play around with a bunch of characters and see if anything just clicks one day.
Yep.
Who knows? Yeah.
All right. We also touched on it. Pichu Nerfs. Everyone's got their own nerfs that either going into Ultimate or what's happened recently with nerfs. Just touch on a brief thing on what's made you switch off from Pichu.
Well, Pichu now so Pichu before was like they were a glass cannon, still a glass cannon, so they can deal lots of damage, get stocks really easily, or die really early. That was sort of the game plan, but now it's easier to die early and harder to take stocks, basically, is what they've done. Yeah. Boiling it down to the bare bones of it. And it's going to be I think that's going to be too much for me in tournament. I think I already struggle with like anxiety and like sort of nerves and stress sometimes in tournament, and playing a character that's stressful and is I think just a bit much to solo main. I still play Pichu. Pichu's still one of my main characters, and I will be using them at Biggie most likely. But in terms of a main, they're just too inconsistent, and you really have to be like outplaying your opponent the whole game to get the most out of Pichu. Whereas before, you had a bit more breathing room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I know you talked to Aluf. You said you talked to him last night, was it? Or
Yeah, just a brief chat on Discord.
why do you think he's so dominant in Smash across the board, and what does it take to overcome him?
It's a bunch of factors. I know Aluf has a lot of time to practice. That's because Smash is sort of his main thing, which is always helpful to... I study, I work, I have stuff on that I can't always be practicing. So him having just... He's able in this point of his life to be able to do that, obviously is going to be a big thing. And he just grinds. Like, he just puts in more work than everyone else in this country. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
He puts in more work than I do. He puts in more work than KFC does, than Ichigo does. Doesn't matter. He is the one playing the game the most. And that's pretty much what it boils down to, is he knows more matchups, knows more stuff, plays the game more. He's got a better understanding of the game mechanically. And I think just overall... his understanding of Smash, because this ties into like the multi-game thing, right? Because he's dominant in any other game that he plays in New Zealand, except for 4. It's just that understanding. It's just knowing. He's just spent so much time with Smash as a whole that he just knows so much.
Yeah.
And I think that, to me at least, is the biggest thing, is that he just spends so much time with it, that he's just so knowledgeable on it.
I haven't seen it much recently, but hand injuries pop up now and then, and I know you've had a few yourself.
Yep.
What do you do before your games happen? What if you can't have access to the game? How do you warm up? Do you use a controller? Do you do hand stretches?
Warm-ups... Yeah, well, ideally I will remember, sometimes I forget, I will remember, at majors I remember to stretch my hands properly for about 5 to 10 minutes before playing anything, ideally. And then, like, I don't really warm up a lot, necessarily. I'll play for, like, 10, 15 minutes if I know I'm in, like... say my match is in, like, an hour, I'll, like, play for, like, some casuals and then just sit down and just focus on me more than, like, the game. Like, I just want to make sure that I'm calm, my head's in the right place. I know I've got a game plan going in. I'm confident in myself. So it's sort of, if I'm not going to play, which I don't really play a whole lot to warm up anyway, I want to stretch, make sure my hands are warm. I want to make sure my hands are warm at least. Like, definitely not cold hands. Warm hands. And then just my mental, more than anything, I think, is just going over everything in my head as well, and just being like, okay, you know the matchup. I sort of do this thing where I tell myself, like, I positively reinforce myself, where I'll say, like, I will say to myself, you know the matchup, you know the player, you know what you need to do, how to do it, you just need to get out there and do it. And I think for me that's a big thing. It's just knowing that I can do it, and then being able to do it. It's, for me at least.
Okay, you still enjoy the game?
Yes, absolutely. The game's awesome. I've grown to enjoy it more and more. Yeah. Initially, I went through the whole "this game's weird" phase, because it is weird. It's a weird game. It has some weird stuff with the buffer system, especially, without going into it. Some weird inconsistencies, but you can pretty much eliminate them all yourself with the buffer system in particular. You can eliminate those self if you know what the big problem things are. You can actually avoid them. Like, I know a lot of people will air dodge off stage by accident and stuff like that, and it's like, you can actually avoid all of these things. So learning that I could avoid these things, because these inconsistencies really bothered me at the start of the game. I really didn't like the buffer systems specifically, and I thought it was just bringing the game down. I thought the game could be so much more without this terrible buffer system. Really, it's not so bad, and there's ways to work around it. I think the game, because I've been playing Wolf recently, he's a character I don't have to think too much about necessarily. There's not really, like, a lot of tech involved in Wolf, so I'm more able to focus on the game and focus on the player, and I think that has actually made me enjoy the game a lot more, because Another thing for me was I'd win neutral or I'd lose neutral and I'd go, why? I couldn't figure out why I was winning, or like even like I'd 3-stock somebody and in my head be like, I don't even know how I got these openings or like where they came from. I knew how advantage worked, but I didn't know how neutral worked, and now I'm starting to sort of get it a bit more, and it's nice. It's nice. The game takes a bit of time. I think that's important for all of us to remember, especially those of us coming from 4, is that we're not going to be at our level that we were in 4. We're not going to be at our competency with the game with 4, or even Melee, like other games that we've played. There's no way we're going to be on that level until, next year after kind of thing, because we need time to play the game. So to answer the question, yes, I love the game. I love playing it, and I can't wait to see where we go with the game in New Zealand specifically and across the seas as well. I think it's a fantastic game with a lot of room to grow, I think, as well.
Okay. Going by the tag Red, you're obviously into Pokemon quite a bit.
Yep.
What are your thoughts on this Pokemon?
The raw, uncut thoughts is like, it looks like a bong. Like, it's just too, like, it's wheezing. Like, he's got the ball. They've just added, like, I think it's hilarious. I think it's so funny. I like it. I think it's funny. I think it's goofy. It's very Pokemon in a lot of ways. I really like it. I think it's funny.
Are you gonna jam the new Pokemon as well?
Yeah, of course I buy every game. I'm like a Call of Duty fan at this point. It's like Nintendo can just pump out whatever game and I'll spend money on it. I don't care. Yeah, pretty much. Same with Smash.
What are your thoughts on Black Clover?
I hate it. Is this because of T? I think the show's terrible. I think the protagonist sucks. Storyline sucks. The world sucks. Everything sucks. I hate it. Nah, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I've heard the manga's good, but the anime, it's this plot line, it's the story that we've seen in countless other shows before it, and I think the shows before it just did it better. And there are shows that are doing it better now. Like, there's My Hero Academia, which basically boils down to the same plot line of Black Clover, but My Hero Academia is better. Mm-hmm. It's good. It's very good. I think Black Clover's... what I've heard is it's a show that you need to have a bit of time with. But I didn't want to give it that time because the main character kept screaming. Everything is so annoying. Oh my god. Fucking Black Clover. Fucking T and...
What do you feel like is the most appealing part of the Smash games? Be it competitive, be it playing with others, the big amount of characters you can play. What are the most attractive things to you?
Well, it boils down to... I like how the game plays. Firstly, I just like playing the game. Casually, competitively, whatever. Playing Smash is fun. Playing Smash has always been fun for me. The biggest thing is the community for me, is the fact that I can, week in, week out, there's always sort of this place for me in the world. I can go to this tournament and be accepted and be welcomed and have like-minded people around me. And I think for me that's really, really big. That's really, really massive personally for me, to have just this group of solid friends, basically, that all play video games. And it's awesome. So, yeah, community's the big thing for me.
Yep. In terms of other fighting games, you had your quick venture into Dragon Ball FighterZ when it was released. Mm-hmm. Was it just time that was holding you back, or it didn't feel like your kind of game?
I didn't like FighterZ after giving it some time. The game just didn't feel that great to me. That's probably a combination of A, being very new to fighting games outside of Smash in general, which I will always admit, and B, just the way that advantage and disadvantage worked in that game. It sort of came down to, can you block this guy's 1,000 moves, and if you get hit by one of them, you get put in a 30-second cutscene. It's kind of like, to me, like, I can see the appeal in that. I understand the appeal behind that. It just doesn't for me. To me, it's just like, I like that with Smash, even if I'm being hit, I can still do something. I still have like a measure of input into it, because if you understand how DI works, while you're being hit, you can slightly move like the trajectory of your character. And I just like things like that. I don't like being put into a combo for 30 seconds. I have to watch my Android... Oh, who did I play? played the sword guy. No, Trunks. That's not. I played Trunks, and all my Trunks just get bodied, and I'm just like, oh.
Character.
Yeah,
Your time into him.
I love Trunks, dude. I really liked a lot of the characters in that game. I thought they had a lot of cool stuff, but I think every character had stuff. Every character had a bunch of stuff in that game. In terms of like other fighting games, I want to play more fighting games. It's always been this thing that like I love watching them at tournaments, and I love being a part of the community in a way. But I've never really like I didn't grow up with any of them. I didn't grow up with Tekken or played Street Fighter at the arcade or whatever. I didn't really do any of that stuff. So like for me, I'm already behind. I'm already behind everyone else by such a large margin that it's like I should just keep playing Smash, kind of thing. But fighting games are sick. Fighting games are awesome.
Any other games that you're playing at the moment?
I play Pokemon all the time, mainly just shiny hunting and playing through the games. Not really anything like... Nothing on the scale of Smash, obviously, but like I don't even really play that many games these days. I just kind of... I think I prefer multiplayer games these days, and there aren't like that many multiplayer games out there at the moment that I like want to play, or I have friends, because I just want to play with my friends at this point. So if I have games that my friends are playing that I don't like, I probably won't play them, and then vice versa. But I always boot up Pokemon every couple of days. Just, I think that's Pokemon, and yeah, that's it, pretty much, yeah.
If you're at an event and someone wants to get you some food or some drink, what would you prefer from them? What would be your ideal things to get?
Caffeine of any kind, because it's a tournament, which means I haven't gotten enough sleep. So I need caffeine or Sprite Zero. Food. Something filling, but it's not going to be like too difficult to eat. Like I quite like muesli bars. I quite find quite good at tournaments. Like they're pretty easy to eat and they fill you up nicely. A pie is always good. It goes against that, but a pie, I grew up in the whited upper, so I'll always appreciate a good pie. Yeah, pie and some sort of energy drink.
Yeah. Anything you won't eat?
Vegetables.
Vegetables. Okay.
Except for potato and carrots, and sometimes broccoli.
Yeah.
Oh no, mushroom. I like mushrooms.
Like mushrooms?
No, like if someone's like, oh, do you want this like scone or something? I'll probably be like, yeah, I guess. Like yeah, but like, like yes, but yeah.
Okay. Are there any rivalries within New Zealand that are relatively unknown that you feel you have with people that other people may not know about, or you feel someone...
my own rivalries.
Your own rivalries that you feel someone is particularly strong, but they're not necessarily placed very high.
Well, I have it on, not sure whether it's a rivalry, but me and, he goes by Nightlife now, me and Sam, just because we're like best friends, like he's one of my best friends, so like whenever we play, there's always this level of like, there's always just sort of this, it's not just I'm playing Nightlife in tournament, it's like I'm playing Sam, so there's that, it's not a rivalry, but sort of there's a bit more to it whenever we play. The other thing is I've also never lost to him in tournament, ever. So there's always that. It's always like, can I keep my perfect record on him, or will this be the one that he takes? There's always sort of that aspect. In terms of rivalries, there's a lot of sort of smaller stuff in Wellington with people. I really struggled with Big Schmango for a while. I couldn't take a set from him. He just seemed to have my number, and then I've won the past 2 sets that we've played. So from my point of view, that's good. I'm coming along with that. Rivalries is like... Because we kind of just play in our own regions, it's sort of like you have little inter-region rivalries, and then you might have like 1 or 2 people from like elsewhere in the country. Like obviously Aluf is my big rival, and we have been for years. So nothing really crazy, I'd say, like outside of Aluf. I think overall I guess Okcha. Yeah, I'd say Okcha is like another rival of mine. I'd consider him a rival of mine. It's like, we don't have any beef or anything. We don't have any like, it's purely like, we both think that we're better than the other person, or we want to prove that we're better than the other person, and that's just sort of it. Oh, KFC. Oh, I forgot about KFC. Everyone knows about KFC. I'm money matching him at Biggie for like $50 or something. So because he beat me at the start of the year, and I don't know, I said something in Discord, so I was like, yeah, I'm better. Like if we played now, I would win. Like just full like I'm the better player, and then they're like, oh, money match, and I'm like, yeah, let's money match. I think I'm better than you, and that was just sort of how that went. So that's kind of that's something fun to going into Biggie is I got that. So yeah.
Okay, why is Wellington better than Christchurch?
Because we're just fucking sick. We're just so cool. Like, the Welly guys are all... Not saying that... Nah. Welly's better because... we just got the homies. Like, it's hard to hate Wellington, I think. It's really hard to, like... I think it's really hard to hate a lot of the guys if you meet them and you hang out with them, or if you play them and stuff. It's like, oh, like, these guys are just, like, cool... pretty chill guys that just really like Smash. And to me, that's... I don't think we're better. Christchurch is sick. Like, we're going to beat their asses at Biggie, but, like, Christchurch is cool. We're better because we're just better. We've got better players. They've got me. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine.
Will you be wearing your Naruto headband at Biggie?
Hopefully. Hopefully. I want to. Like, I really want to. I actually plan on buying, like a cosplay thing off AliExpress, just like a part 1 Naruto jumpsuit. I was totally going to do that and just show up with, like, my Naruto headband on, like... But then I sort of, that sort of didn't pan out. I just didn't get around to it. But I'll do that for another tournament. Yeah. If you want to show up to, something cross off as Naruto, that'd be funny. That'd be crack up.
Do you think you're going to stick with the name Red for a while? You've had a couple name changes.
Yeah, no, I'm sold on Red. The context of the red tag is I just really liked Pokemon growing up, and if I had because I would always write little stories and stuff, and I do writing as part of my degree. I would just call the main character Red, or I think Sean. I just alternate between names, so Red was always a very popular. I always really liked the characters that were red as well, when they how they ended up creating or becoming, as well as it all. Yeah. I have this memory of, I don't know why, but I was like a young kid and I just looked at Mum and I went, Mum, when I turn 18 I'm going to change my name to Red. Yeah, it's a funny little thing you do when you're a kid. So when I wanted to change my name, when I wanted to change my tag, because I used Murph for like a good part of 2 years, I think, 2 or 3 years. Just using Murph, because everybody called me Murph. It was just so much easier. But when I wanted to change my tag, I was umming and ahhing on, what am I going to change it to? There's so many options, and Red really just, when I mentioned it to Elijah, my crewmate, he just immediately was like, yeah, this is a good tag. This is a tag that is going to, like, yeah. So I stuck it with Red, and I really like the tag, and yeah, I just really like it. I'm going to stick with it for probably ever. I don't really have a reason to change it, I don't think.
After Biggie and Southern Cross Up, how are you going to celebrate winning both of them?
Well, with Biggie, it'll be alcohol for everyone else. Not me, I'll have a couple of beers, but alcohol for all my boys, especially like Hugh and Curran and the guys that have been really behind Biggie. I think I really will. When I win with the winnings, that's what I would spend some of it on. That's how I'd celebrate it with them, at least, would be just a bit of a piss up. But if I were to win Southern Cross Up, that one's a bit more. That celebration would have to be something cool, because I lost last year's. So I don't know. I haven't really thought about like celebrating tournaments. I guess I just go drinking with my friends. I think is what I do. Is I just spend. I like spending the money that I get from it just on like random shit. Just like, oh, let's go, I don't know, just go buy something random, or just go do something random with this money, because it's like, this is money that I've won through my hard work. Like, I don't want to spend it on groceries. I have, but I don't want to spend it on boring life stuff. Like, I want to spend it on like fun stuff, or stuff that I'm going to remember and be like, yeah, I won this money, and it's cool to spend this money that I've made through my own hard work. So celebration is normally just me going, woo, and then drinking a bunch with my friends, pretty much. Yeah.
Is there any hidden talent that most of the Smash community don't know about you?
About me?
More than one?
I'm an actor. I act. I've done a bunch of nothing like not like a paid actor or anything, but I've done like a bunch of stuff through Massey and high school as well. I just act all the time. Hidden talent. What else do I do? I always put it this way. I'm weirdly athletic. It's like I don't do any training or anything. I don't try and work out or anything. But I can walk up any hill. I can like I work as a kitchen hand, so like that's like I guess like physical. But like I can keep up with that just fine. Like or these physical things, or these like there are some things that like other people will struggle with. But I won't, and I just go, why? I haven't, I don't know, I think I was, like, fairly active as a kid or something, so, like, my body, so, like, basically, despite never working out or anything, I'm actually reasonably athletic, which is kind of cool, I guess, but...
What is your competitive mindset going into matches when you're a couple games down, say in the finals, or you're going through losers, you've got a big losers run ahead of you? What do you think separates you from some other players with your mental going into games? If there is any.
Yeah, well, stuff like being down, like the being down in like a set kind of thing, or being down in stocks. That normally just boils down to, like, remain calm. Like staying calm is the most important thing by far for me, at least. Is like reminding myself to relax, breathe, assess everything, instead of just being so focused on the fact that, oh shit, I'm down, or oh shit, I need to win this many games to keep going, whatever, like that. None of that's important other than what's right in front of you. That's the other thing. That's the other thing, is like anything that isn't about the game, like that's happening right in front of me, is irrelevant. All of that information doesn't matter. It's only stuff that matters in game. Like, and so just staying calm helps me focus on that. Stuff like losers run, like, sometimes it'll happen. It's only happened a few times, but I just go into the zone and I stop thinking irrelevant thoughts, basically, and my mind just becomes so focused and fixated on the game for like this period of time that I can just play and I can just go. And it's like, I don't know if that's like separating me from others, or if there are like other people that can do the same thing, but it's definitely a shift in mindset. It's definitely something that I notice it happen, because it's only happened a couple of times. I think I don't know, that's because that's something that I've always sort of struggled with, is being behind. I've always really struggled with like finding the energy to come back sometimes, and finding the motivation to try and come back. It's like, oh well, I'm already down, like I'm already so tired, blah, 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 blah. It's like, no, like, the moment that I take myself out of the game is the moment that it starts to go wrong. So I feel like as long as my focus and everything is just on the game for this period of time, I can win any set, or I can come back from anything. And I truly believe that I could make any comeback in this country, relative to this country. I could come back against any player, anyone. Like, even, I know at CCC, Game 5 against Aluf in set 2 was a bit of a wash. Like, I think he easily 2 or 3 stocked me. Like, it wasn't very close, but for me at least, for what I took away from that, is that I never gave up. I never went, oh, I'm down, it's not worth it. Oh, I've come this far, and now look, oh, I did so well these last 2 games, and now I'm getting bodied. Oh, shit, blah, blah, blah. It's like, none of that matters. Like, none of that's important. At least in the moment. None of that's important. Because I'm still in the game. I'm still playing. As long as I'm still playing, I can still win. And that's like if I can really, really tell myself that, or really remind myself that, then that's what I think might separate me from other players, maybe. I don't know.
You've often got music plugged into your ears. What kind of music do you listen to?
So I mainly just listen to underground emo stuff and on SoundCloud. It's just kind of what I'm into. Or hip-hop, a lot of hip-hop, or a lot of just sort of hype stuff. I used to listen to a lot of anime openings and stuff like that were like get you hyped up, get you real turned, ready to go kind of thing. Like, that stuff used to help me, but I think now I like to listen to more, I don't know, some more calm music. But then there's this really funny, or at least to me it's really funny, it's also really cool. So, you can watch this happen too, because you can see it on the player cam. I'm playing Aluf in winners finals of Red Zone, and I'm down 2-1. He's just bodied me the past 2 games after I won game 1, and I'm feeling a bit tilted. I'm feeling a bit like, fuck, oh my god, I'm down. Like, I was just winning. Like, I don't know what to do, and then I hear Toot and T behind me yell out like a thing from a Naruto song. Like, it's like a bit that they'll yell out. And I heard it through my head. I had sicko mode playing at the time. I had sicko mode on repeat playing at the time because I need to go full. I need to go sicko mode. Like, I need the thing. And I heard this one noise from behind me, and I turned to him and I nod, and I put on the Naruto soundtrack, because I have a Naruto soundtrack thing on my phone, and then I won. And then I made the comeback and I won. So it could kind of be anything, but normally it's just music that I'm A, comfortable with, B, enjoy listening to, and C, I am like, wait, when I say comfortable with, like, when I say comfortable with, I mean like, I don't guess, like, I'm probably not going to put on metal if I'm in like if I'm just like playing at a local. Like, it kind of doesn't really fit the tone, but and songs that I'm familiar with, because the last thing I want is to be thinking or adapting and then have a song coming in that I don't know the lyrics of, and now I'm focusing on that. Yeah. But that really happens. I often forget, like, I'll often play a game, then realize that a song's finishing, or that I'm on this verse of a song without actually, like, I've listened to the song and it was there, but I don't remember listening to the song, kind of thing. So it's just becomes more of a, well, the reason I listen to music, which I think is where all of this long ass story comes back into, is that it's just, I grew up with my dad, because Dad's a guitarist and a singer, so I grew up with music my whole life, and it's just something that's always helped me feel calm and relaxed. So listening to music in bracket has helped me just calm my nerves and help me just relax a bit more, and that's the reason why I listen to music, kind of thing. And why I don't like to listen to the game sound as well. Yeah. As much as I think it is better, I think it's good to. I think listen to the game sound is actually the best, because you can react to things faster listening than you can visually. But I don't. Hasn't stopped me. So, yeah.
Your parents supportive?
Yeah, super supportive. They weren't back when I just played games like for fun. Mm-hmm. Dad was always never really cared, but Mum sort of wanted me to do better things or more productive things, you know, back in 10 years ago when gaming wasn't really like as widely accepted as it is now. They were very much like, I remember flying up to a Pokemon tournament or something, and Dad ended up calling it a waste of time or some shit, and I was just like, oh, okay, well, you're singing a different tune now. No, they watch all the tournaments that they can. I message them after every local. I'm telling them about Smash stuff going on. They're all very interested, and they all want to know what's going on, and they all watch and they support, and yeah. So it's really cool. It's really cool having knowing that the parents are watching and the family. Like, I think for CCC it was I got the honor of having it put up on the big screen in the lounge. Dad's big screen. So they hooked that up. So that was kind of cool. It was kind of cool that, you know, in the lounge that I spent so many years, and it was me playing Smash on the TV live. Like, it's kind of, when I put it that way, it's kind of wild to think about. So yeah, that's cool. They're supportive, and they're cool. So
fist bump versus handshake.
Fist bump.
Why?
Less germs, and it's faster. Handshake, in my opinion, is only necessary if, like, the set demands a handshake. Or, I don't mind handshake before set. I reckon handshake, like, you sit down, handshake, I reckon that's all good. But, like, if you just play at a local, it's like 2-0, and you're like, oh, man. Like, you know, I play a match, and I win, and I'm like, oh, yeah, at a local, man. I really want to. Let's just move on. Let's just get on with this. Like, you know, it's context matters, but fist bump. Yeah, fist bump.
Have you ever had the fist bump handshake mix up put on you?
All the time. Well, that always happens. One person goes for it. This is why it happens. So one person goes for fist, one person goes for hand, and then they both swap.
Yeah.
They both go, this guy goes, oh fuck, this guy goes, oh fuck, and they both swap. And then it's just worse. So it's like, if that ever happens, at this point, I commit. So if I fist bump, my opponent will say, I wait. I look at them, and I wait. And then if they don't move, then I'll move. But if they move, then it's fine. So it's, think about these things, guys. We want to have clean fist bumps. Clean.
Yeah. It's much like when you walk into someone on
oh, God, that's the worst one, dude.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm going to go this way. Oh, you oh, the classic. Yeah.
Talking during sets to your opponent?
Fuck no.
Nah.
Nah, if it's a local, I don't care. That's the thing, local, and if, for Simi, Simi and I have always talked during Brad, but it's always like you could have done that, yes, I know.
You're
Back to, I'm all wilding out.
Yeah.
All good now?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't like chatter. Well, chatter and talking is kind of they're just reacting to things, go, oh wow, oh shit, whatever. That's just them reacting to it. But if they're trying to strike up a conversation mid brackets, nah, get on, let's just finish. Let's play our set and then we can chat. That's yeah.
And is your GameCube controller? Is it anything to you? Does it mean anything to you?
Where is it?
It's behind you.
Not this one big time. It's Hugh's controller. So I had a controller that I had for a few years that I used for all of Smash 4. That summer in Auckland. It wasn't MegaWeb. Don't know where it is now. So Hugh's let me borrow this controller. So yeah, it means something because it's Hugh's. I don't wanna break it. I don't wanna. It's cool. It's cool that it's Hugh's as well. Hugh's one of my best friends, so it's kind of cool that I get to use his controller as well. Other than that,
you just put it on the ground.
Yeah. Other than that, nothing in particular to note. It feels. I just want a controller that feels right to me. I know what I want in a controller, and that's what it's able to do for me.
Yeah. Everyone has a lot of personal issues. I know you've had some personal issues yourself. Is there any advice you could give to people? The games help you?
Never put Smash before everything else.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to say. Always prioritize life and prioritize your mental health over Smash. I know for a lot of people, and this is what it was for me as well, Smash is an escape from the real world. It still is an escape. Every Sunday is an escape for me. I want to get out and I just want to go play Smash. But if Smash becomes your source of fulfillment and happiness, those are fighting games as well. This is sort of hobbies in general, I think. And then you need to remember that if your life and if your mental is all messed up and it's all going wrong, it's not going to be any different in Smash. You're not going to be able to, you aren't consciously going to be able to separate these two things, because if you do badly in Smash, you're probably going to feel shit if things aren't going right in life. It's happened to me. If things are going great in life, things go great in Smash. It's really funny how that works. My advice is always never put Smash before anything else. Put it I ask for weekends. I say I can't work any weekends because I want to be able to go to locals. That's I put Smash as very, very high up, but my life comes first. And because I struggle with mental health stuff all the time, and you really just want to be happy. You want to go to Smash tournaments. You want to feel this excitement from going to them. And if you're just going to them and you're feeling shit, or you're going to them out of just because you go to them and stuff, it's take a moment, take a break, taking breaks as well. You don't have to go to every local. You miss a local, it's fine. Take breaks, prioritize life, and remember that it's a fun game. Game's fun. That's a big thing. These are all things I've told myself recently as well. The game's so fun. And that's keeping that in the forefront is always makes everything else, makes winning more fun. Winning's more fun, losing's more fun. If you're just having more fun, it's yeah.
Got any more tattoo plans?
Well, the current is my weebiness. A Pokemon ball somewhere, maybe Fox. And what I kind of want to do is I kind of want to add to the Smash one. I kind of want to add like maybe like characters around it, or like because they've got the little portraits now. They've got like these official little like minimalist portraits. It'd be cool to get like a Pichu or like a fox or like a, or get like a Marth sword or something. 'Cause Marth was my first main in Melee, so I really want to get something with him. I was thinking like his sword or something. I don't know. I got so many stuff I want to get, but
You've
yeah.
obviously got tattoos that some people are going to be like, why would you get that? What do you say to people who want to do something but they're too afraid of what people are going to say? Do you have anything to help out people to go in a direction?
Well, I mean, sure. I look at these every day and wonder, you know, should I have done that? And it's like, yes, of course I should have done that, because tattoos specific, because tattoos are permanent, right? This is gonna be on my body for the rest of my life. Make it something that's happy. Make it something that makes you happy. If it makes you happy, doesn't matter what. It literally, like, if you love My Little Pony, and you're like a 30-year-old, like, buff as fuck, dude, but you're like, yeah, My Little Pony makes me really happy, and I've got fond memories of it. It's like, who can tell you, who can actually look at this person and say, well, that's wrong, you shouldn't like My Little Pony, you shouldn't be happy, that shouldn't make you, it's like, no, it's like, he's happy, who cares, not hurting anyone, like.
Okay, who do you think the top 8, what's the top 8 contention for Biggie?
My read on the top 8?
What's your read?
Alright, winners is going to be Seb Pro versus IDK. I think is it KFC? I think it's going to be Seb Pro versus either whoever's on that side. I can't remember who it is. It's either KFC or IDK. It's going to be one of them, I think, is going to get to Seb Pro. I think Seb Pro's the Australian. Seb Pro's definitely making it to winners side top 8, no doubt. And then other side will be Aluf and I. Losers is going to be... I couldn't tell you the matchups, because I don't know how the bracket is going to unfold. But I think the other 4 players will be, if it's IDK, Seb Pro, Aluf, Red, and winners. I think losers is going to be KFC, Oksha, Gamma Fox. I don't know. There's so many people I could put in that last spot. But then it's like, who is it? Who could it be? I'm going to go out on a whim and say Nightlife. I think Sam's going to make top 8. I reckon Sam's going to go crazy. I don't know. I reckon Sam's made top 8 before. He can do it.
Yeah.
But it's so hard to call this tournament.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Yeah.
Sam hasn't been too active recently.
Nah, he works Sundays, or he's been working Sundays, but he's been coming out to locals and doing well, so he's definitely, he's on the Wellington crew battles.
Yeah.
Like, he's on our side, and he's not even ranked. So I think that says, like, he's not ranked on our PR, but he's representing us in the most important crew battle Wellington's probably going to have for a while.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Do you think Biggie will encourage more Australian players and other country people to travel over?
I reckon if we shit on Seb Pro, they're going to be like, whoa, oh, okay. Oh, these guys are actually, like, these guys are legit. And then, but I think here's the thing, we can't just expect people to come to our country if we don't go to theirs. I think it will encourage. I think Seb Pro coming over in general. I think Seb Pro in general, and Pudge, because Pudge wanted to come over, well, Pudge was going to come over, but then he got cucked by work. So he can't make it. But I think if just the eyes on this tournament, the Aussie eyes especially, there's going to be a few more. They're going to be looking at, how's Seb Pro stack up against, because Seb Pro just got 5th at Sunny Side Up, so they're probably like, I wonder how he's going to body them. Are they just, is Aluf good? Is Red still good? Who's these guys? Like, I think we need to beat them though. Like, we need to really be like, yeah, you can't just come to our country and beat us. But it's going to be a combination of Seb Pro coming over, if we can beat them, and then if we also go over to their country and take names. Because we need to, for the Australians to feel like it's, like, okay, picture this. Imagine you're like ex-player, like you're whatever, you're like a good player in your area, and then there's this really, really small area. It's about 3 times as small as your area, but you have to pay like $500 to go there and compete in their tournament. It's like, the appeal isn't really there if you're just gonna clap them. It's like, well, whatever. At least to me, at least from my point of view, I wouldn't just want to spend that much money or have someone spend that much money just to clap everybody and be like, oh, cool, easy money, another day in the like. We want to make it worth their while to come over in the same way that they make it worth our while to go over with tournaments like BAM, Sunny Side Up, OHN, Melbourne Open. All of those tournaments are amazing, and we should. I personally really want to try and go over to Australia more. And I think that if everyone else, when I say everyone else, if all the other top players can as well, it's going to create a lot more buzz for New Zealand in general. And we're going to start having more international interaction, because it'd be so cool if we had like a rivalry with Australia. Like if New Zealand was actually able to compete with Australia in some ways, and because we're obviously never going to be able to compete numbers wise, but it'd be so cool if we had like a group of dudes who oh yeah, these guys can make top 8. Like these guys could actually do quite well. And it's like that would be really cool for us and for Australia as well, because Australia and New Zealand versus New Zealand is like the classic matchup. Yeah. It's what both of our countries are so used to. I think it'd be so cool to have that in Smash. That would be so cool, because Ghost Chips is doing really well in Street Fighter, so we've got to, and Spud's doing really well in Melee, so we've got to step up in ulti. We've got to come through with some ulti talent. Yeah.
We've got a bit of upcoming talent in Wellington.
Yeah.
Also in other regions. But what's your take on players like Swanji, Big Spango, British Rice, and a couple of others? Do you think they've got a lot of room to improve?
Yeah, I think that those guys you mentioned specifically, because they're all newer to ulti. Rice played a bit of 4, but he mainly has played ulti. A lot of them just lack experience is the main thing, and just what it's like to be under high pressure situations at like a high pressure tournament. That goes a long way, especially at majors. But I think that they're all people to keep an eye on, and they're all going to be doing. They've already done some pretty crazy stuff. I know Rice top 8'd CCC, and I don't know. I don't think Swanji and Spango did very much, but these these Wellington players, these guys that are ranked under me that haven't really had like a breakout performance. That's it. They just haven't had a breakout performance, and I think they're the kind of players that once they get that breakout performance, once they get that top 8 placing, once they get that big win, it's going to shoot up their confidence, and they're going to be like, yeah, I can do this, and then they're just gonna go hard from there. And I think Swanji in particular is someone to keep an eye on. I think Swanji, at least from my analysis of him as a player, is that he's someone that a lot of it comes fairly naturally to him, and he can adapt to situations faster than I've seen other newer players, and adapt to moves as well and stuff like that. So I think that he's someone that kind of gets fighting games, or at least gets Smash, and it's going to take him quite far, I think.
A lot of people think top players don't get nervous in any sport, anything they put time into.
Yeah.
You obviously get nervous. Everyone gets nervous going into any tournament. This is basically the biggest Smash tournament New Zealand's had. Are your nerves going into it in the next week or two, at an all-time high?
Not at the moment. Right now I'm fine. That's just because I'm coming off of a local win, which is always nice to win a tournament and then be like, oh yeah, I'm feeling good. Feeling good after winning a tournament. Yeah, it's not going to be so bad until I think like the Thursday or the Friday. I reckon once we get to next week is going to be like, I'm going to go, oh shit. But I also have like a bunch of assignments to do, so maybe I'll forget about it until like, yeah, my last assignment's due on Thursday, so I think by the time I get to Friday, once I get to Friday next week, it's going to be, it's going to be a hard night to sleep, I think. That's the thing for me. I just get nervous before going to bed. Like while I'm in bed, I just get super, super nervous. Yeah, they will, not right now, they will be next week. They'll definitely be next week, yeah.
Outside of Smash, what are your passions, things that you enjoy?
Fiction, as the academic side of it / the reading and watching side of it. I just love fiction conceptually as well. The fact that you can just have anything in this world that a person creates, it's so limitless, is so cool to me. So I really like just reading and watching anime and manga, because I think they have some of the best writing, at least from what I've experienced really in fiction. I really like music. I'd say just listening to music's a bit of a hobby of mine. I love just having music playing at home all the time. Yeah, I got my studies that I'm almost finished with. That's a bachelor in communication, mainly with a creative focus on it. So I'll be doing that soon. Or finishing that this semester, actually. I don't really do a whole lot. Play Smash, go to work, and just spend my time with friends and stuff if I'm not playing Smash generally, or just recharging in my room kind of thing. So.
Yep. Yeah. Naruto plays a big part.
Mm-hmm.
What's an anime or program that you would recommend to someone who wants something a bit different or wants something new?
Something a bit different anime.
Or your highest, like, what do you rate?
Yeah. Well, I always recommend Part 1 Naruto. Part 1 specifically, because like kid Naruto, because I think it has all these elements of fiction that sometimes get a bit overlooked just because he's like a loudmouth kid. I think it gets overlooked at the fact that there's actually a lot of themes and there's a lot of things going on in the story world, especially in the first few arcs, that are so like that set up so much for the rest of the world and the rest of the story, even though the writing in sort of the latter half of Naruto gets a bit Dragon Ball Z-esque, just gets a bit, this guy is going to blow this guy up and then he's going to hit him with a big move, and it's kind of like, well, it's cool, like, spectacle-wise it's insane, but it's like, it sort of lacks the substance that really made Naruto fun at the start. But Part 1 Naruto I will always recommend, especially for people, for competitors as well, because there's a lot of themes of like hard work is a really big, like hard work versus talent is brought up really early on. Things like dedication to your craft or dedication to what you're doing, and then like just themes of just like, never giving up, how to stay calm under pressure, stuff like this. There's a lot of themes that are kind of relevant, in my opinion, to a competitor, and that I can relate to even as a competitor to some of these characters and stuff. But something that's a bit different, or something that isn't quite like FLCL was pretty funny. FLCL was just like this weird, like, sort of not incoherent story, but it's just kind of a real like bunch of bizarre shit just going on, and it's really fun to watch and be involved with. It doesn't really have any relation to competition or anything. It's just like a fun 6-episode thing that's you're basically just going, what the heck, the whole time. You're basically like, wow, this is really weird, but it's kind of fun, I'm enjoying it. And yeah, FLCL is definitely a wackier one, a different one. Yeah, it's pretty cool though.
You don't mess with Boruto?
Nah, Boruto isn't canon. No, it is canon, but I wish it wasn't canon. They just the writing's just not there for me. I just don't think they've written it well enough. I think they've been given the story world. They've been given this world that's kind of finished. Naruto kind of finished. That's the other thing. Naruto kind of ended. It's like they wrapped all the plot points up, kind of. They went, all right, that's it. He's done. Now he's got a kid. They have a story about him. It's like, I mean, Boruto's cool from a long-time Naruto fan, just seeing like all of the characters all grown up and like what they're doing now and what their roles are in the world now. But overall, it's just too. I'll put it this way: it's like if you watch Part 1 Naruto and then compare it to early episodes of Boruto, you can tell that they were going for a more mainstream approach, a more easier to. So this approach of like, anyone can watch this and they'll like it. Whereas Part 1 Naruto is actually quite dark. It's quite edgy, for lack of a better word. It tackles some very serious things. It tackles themes of depression, loneliness, and all of that stuff very early on in their characters. Whereas Boruto's like, I hate my dad because he's never around. It's like, he's the Hokage. Spoiler. he literally runs the village, like, just chill, like, yeah, it sucks, but like if that's his whole character basically. Boruto's whole character at the start is like, I'm a really strong, talented ninja because my dad's the greatest ninja of all time. My mum's really strong as well, but I hate my dad because he's never around. Woe was me. It's like, come on, bro. Like they could have taken a more interesting. My point is, they could have taken a more interesting. It could have been a more interesting relationship between Boruto and Naruto, other than Naruto's really busy. So it just doesn't do it for me.
Okay, cool. Well, was there anything else you'd like to add? Any special mentions? Smash community?
Oh yeah, shoutouts to especially mainly the Welly boys. Shoutouts to Wellington community. I'm not gonna name people because I always forget Sam. I've actually in like 2 different interviews named all of Org and forgotten Sam somehow. I don't know how I've done it. I'm not gonna name anyone because I will forget somebody. And I don't want to do that. Or you guys all know who you are. Wellington. They all work hard. They're all cool guys. They're all awesome. Shoutouts to all the homies in the ENZ Smash Discord, and beyond. You know, wherever they are. There's a lot. The ENZ Smash Discord is always very active. There's a lot of stuff going on in there. That's where a lot of the events get posted. You get notified if there's an event that's relative to your region. So if you're in Christchurch, you'll get notified for Christchurch locals, but not Wellington locals and stuff like that. So it's all catered for your region. So you know what's going on. You know what's happening. You know what events are on. Shout outs to expansion. In general, everything that you guys do for me, it's pretty special to me. So it's shout outs to you. And yeah, I don't really have anything more to add. I think I've rambled enough for 3 videos. I think there's enough content in there of me just going off about